Hi, ladies and dudes. This is Rebecca Lynn Barkley, aka Boopop 1987. This is my review for today. And today's review, ladies and dudes, well, my friends, it's that time again for another top 5 list that nobody has never done before. And I want to apologize to all of you that I haven't done a top 5 list for a while because I got a lot of things here and there in mind about me at work, taking care of my mother, or what other videos I really want to do next after I did a couple of movie reviews here and there and, all that stuff. So I do apologize for all of you that I haven't done a top 5 list for a while, and it's really hard for me to pick another list I really want to do for my next one to come, I guess. You get the picture. I guess everybody wants to know is, what is today's top 5 list of the day? Well, I got a brand new top 5 list that nobody has never done before. And I really want to let you know is there's another good anime I do like that involves my childhood. Well, so around my teenager age, I started to fall in love with this anime called Yu-Gi-Oh! A story about a little boy named Yugi who transformed into a young man named Yami Yugi, and they had a couple of cool duels here and there, and facing so many excellent opponents from enemies to rivals alike. And also, we gotta get to know about this teenager form of Yugi who has his memories lost. Back in his ancient times when he was the pharaoh. And he's trying to find a way to get his memories back before something bad will happen. But yeah, I fell in love with Yu-Gi-Oh! It's a really good series, and I really like the storyline, the characters, the animation, and the score is pretty good too. I do like the English dub for the most part, but there's something I gotta tell you. Is there something that we're missing about Yu-Gi-Oh that nobody had never discussed? Well, it did came from Japan, yes, and they had their 20th anniversary thing, and they already released that brand new movie that involves it after it took place after the Yu-Gi-Oh! Both TV and manga have finally come to an end. What will happen if they had a later on story that took place at the end of the series and all that stuff? And I can't wait to see it when it comes out in 2017. So anyway, for my brand new top 5 list, I really want to do is my top 5 most important scenes that they caught off from the English dub of Yu-Gi-Oh! And I want to keep this top 5 list nice and short because I don't have much things to say about so many scenes that was not there in the English dub. And, well, thanks to a couple of episodes here and there, I finally found out the truth. There's so many things that they completely cut off. There's going to be some blood, a bit of brief nudity, and some bad words in it. So yeah, I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a teenager TV series. And I think it fits well for teenager-wise only. So sadly, I only got a couple of so many important stuff that was missing from the English dub that they already caught off. It's hard for me to say. So, alright. So, anyway, without further ado, ladies and dudes, here are my top 5 most important scenes that Yu-Gi-Oh! Had been cut off from the English dub. And I do have a couple of honorable mentions. Some stuff that wasn't there from the English dub, but the Japanese dub had already got these scenes that were cut off. Okay, here are my honorable mentions. Remember the scene between Yami Yugi and Yami Bakura? You know, when they had their battle at the blimp in the final 8 saga. There was a scene where, Yami Bakura is doing that little weird fortune thingy. There's a card that involves fortune, that involves words. In the English dub, it says finals, but in the Japanese dub, it's really the word death. That you didn't see every day. And then there was the one from the Nova saga. It took place around close to the end of it. There was a part where that Nova kid, he was holding his father he was holding him tight so he won't go to the real world. And there's going to be a part where he's going to get naked. Yeah, there's going to be a part where he was naked, but we didn't see the whole nudity part, but just the arm, the chest, and some bare skin and all that stuff. And another thing I forgot to put on my honorable mentions, I haven't wrote it down, but I remember in my head, there's gonna be a part in that the Millennium item, the Millennium Rod that Yami Merrick is holding. Did you know that the Millennium Rod has a secret weapon? Yeah, it's a blade. You didn't see that every day. The Millennium Rod has a blade in there. That you did not see it coming. So those are my honorable mentions for so many important things that they cut off for the English dub of Yu-Gi-Oh! And now let's go on to my top 5 most important scenes that they cut off from the English dub of Yu-Gi-Oh! Something that they don't have what the Japanese dub has. So here we go. Coming at number 5 is these disgusting moments that came from Yami Bakura. And there's only 2 scenes that they cut off from that evil villain who is the spirit of the Millennium Ring. Yep, there were 2 disgusting scenes that will make you throw up. Okay, there's one in the Duelist Kingdom, something that the English dub had already taken away. There was a part where Yami Bakura had licked up the Millennium Eye, and I saw that scene on Labor Day. I watched just a little part of that episode, where Rebecca comes in. I did not watch the whole episode of it, but I did see that scene where Yami Bakura did lick the Millennium Eye. That was so gross. And for the other one, and it came from the final 8 saga again, Kaiba's tournament, there was a part where Yami Bakura had eaten the whole steak in his mouth. And that was so darn disgusting. It will make us throw up. So that's one disgusting scene that nobody will never forget in anime history. So 2 disgusting moments deserves to be at number 5. Coming at number 4, and please don't forget to eat a Kit Kat bar for this. So for number 4 is seeing female duel monsters with their chest. I mean it, folks. There's going to be some female duel monsters here and there that'll show their chest. I mean, their whole entire breast. Oh boy, I hope all the dudes won't get a bloody nose for all this, and don't forget to eat yourselves a Kit Kat bar for this. And yeah, that goes to my Harpy ladies as well. They show their breast in general. Ooh, that will make us sick and throw up. So I have nothing else to say about that one, so let's move on. Coming at number 3 is seeing the blood in Pegasus's face. Yes, it's during the flashback story of Pegasus's past. He fell in love with a girl, they started to know each other, he wants to marry her, and then Pegasus's true love died from a disease. He went to Egypt, he met that dude who has the Millennium Key, And there was a moment where the guy who had the Millennium Key, he decided to put the Millennium Eye in Pegasus's left eye, and then there was blood everywhere in the left side of his face. And that's something you don't see every day. That's a little bit of bloodiness going on in that scene. Well, just check out that episode to believe it. You know, get to know about Pegasus's past and all that stuff. So that deserves to be at number 3. Coming at number 2 is definitely one of the most torturing moments I have ever seen in Yu-Gi-Oh history. It's the part where, when Merrick was a kid, he got tortured by his father. And that was the most brutal scene I have ever seen. But it's only a little bit of clip of it, but not all that much. So yeah, for number 2 is the torturing scene where Merrick's father had done something to his son's back, and it was so darn scary. I know, give you nightmares from now on. Yeah, Merrick's father did something on his son's back. I think it has something to do with the prophecy, what Yami Yugi is looking for, you know, discovering things about his past and all that stuff. I think that guy had no right to put the prophecy in Merrick's back. They only showed a little bit of that scene, but it will scare you to death. But just a little bit. I have nothing else to say about that one. That deserves to be at number 2. And finally, the number 1 most important thing that they caught off the most that wasn't in the English dub of Yu-Gi-Oh! And it came from the Waking of the Dragons. This is the most surprising anime moment of all. So for number 1 is seeing Yami Yugi naked for the very first time. I mean it, folks. There is a scene from Waking the Dragons where Yami Yugi was so darn naked. And it did show like a few second clips of it. I think it's a scene, you know, where he's facing with darts and I think there was a moment where he's imagining himself drowning himself and he was naked all the way through. You could see his behind and all that stuff. Yeah. Well, I haven't seen that scene for a while, but I was so darn surprised. I was so darn surprised to see the Pharaoh naked for the very first time. And this is for all the girls out there too. Don't get a bloody nose for all this. And don't forget to eat your Kit Kat bars for it too. Yep, that was definitely the most surprising uncut moment of all. Seeing Yami Yugi naked. All I remember, he was, you know, facing darts and he imagined himself that he was naked, that he's hopeless, he has no idea what to do. And then a Peter light showed up in front of his chest, and I think it might be some type of hope or something, but I haven't seen that scene for a while, but I'll have to go back and rewatch that moment again. When the time comes, maybe. So yeah, seeing Yami Yugi naked deserves to be the number 1 most surprising thing that they cut off the most from the English dub of Yu-Gi-Oh! Yep. I think 4Kids need to be ashamed of themselves for, you know, putting Yu-Gi-Oh! As a kid's show. Maybe it would have been better if Funimation sure took care of the dub, and maybe it would be better and leave the things alone and all that stuff. So anyway, that's my top 5 most important things that they cut off from the English dub of Yu-Gi-Oh! And tell me, ladies and dudes, what is the most important scene that, if you guys did see the uncut version of Yu-Gi-Oh!, what kind of scenes that you can remember that they caught off that was not in the English dub? Well, whichever it is, just leave a comment there and let me know. And join me next time for my next videos to come. I will do more movie reviews, anime reviews, talk hit our 5 list, quick videos, bloopers, you name it. So I'll see you guys later. Sayonara.